Preparation for Oral Intervention 1, based on the video called Pearl. Preparation for Oral Intervention 1, based on the video called Pearl. In this video, we will answer 3 questions. 1. What is discrimination? 2. What is a stereotype? And 3. How can we speak about discrimination and stereotypes? Let's begin by answering question 1. What is discrimination? In the context of civil rights law, discrimination refers to the unfair or unequal treatment of an individual or group based on certain characteristics, including age, disability, ethnicity, gender, identity of spouse or partner, marital status, maternity, national origin, race, religion, and sexual orientation. Let's see some examples of discrimination in the workplace. Example A. An employee has lower pay than a colleague of the opposite sex with the same or equivalent work. This is an example of gender discrimination. Example B. An employer terminates a trial employment period when the employee informs the employer that they are pregnant. In this case, the employee is discriminated against for being pregnant. One final example, example C. A call center representative suffers from discrimination at work because of his accent. This is a case of ethnic discrimination. Be careful. There is no discrimination if a company has a list of requirements for its employees that includes, for example, having a driver's license or being fluent in a certain language. These are requirements that are related to the type of task the employee will do. Let's continue now with question number 2. What is a stereotype? A stereotype is an often unfair and untrue idea that people have about what someone or something is like. Workplace stereotyping is a fixed, overgeneralized idea about a person or group of people. This stereotype may be based on your past experience with someone with a similar age, gender, ethnicity, etc., or on your cultural prejudices. Let's see some examples of stereotypes in the workplace. Example A. Hispanic Americans are lazy. There is a widespread stereotype that Hispanic American employees are lazy. This stereotype exists because of a long history of prejudice and discrimination against Hispanic people in America. Many Hispanic American employees are discriminated against because of this stereotype. As a consequence, they are denied certain opportunities like promotions or raises. Example B. Women are not as competent as men. The stereotype that women are over-emotional and are not as competent as men in the workplace is the result of centuries of sexism. Negative female stereotypes can lead to hostile work environments, as some male colleagues may feel threatened by female employees' success and use derogatory language or engage in other forms of discrimination. Let's now answer question number 3. How can we speak about discrimination and stereotypes? Let's see some of the vocabulary and grammar structures you can use to speak about these topics. Let's see an example. Have a look at the following ad. You can find this ad on page 36 of the booklet. What job is it offering? What kind of applicants is it looking for? Can it be considered discriminatory in any way? Does this ad include any stereotypes? As you can see, this is a bar and they are looking for waiting staff. In their description, they say that they are looking for extremely attractive waiting staff to provide exceptional service to their customers. Now, what is the meaning of extremely attractive? This bar, which is located in a trendy and fashionable part of London, is looking for extremely attractive waiting staff, as we mentioned before. Although the word attractive is not specific, we can perhaps imagine that they are looking for tall, slim, young people, as it is the case in many fashionable places like this. Let's begin with example A. I think there is age discrimination because middle-aged people, for example, will not be chosen to work here. In this example, we are using the word discrimination, which is a noun, un sustantivo. We combine it with the expression there is, there isn't, and a modifier. The order is the following: there is or there isn't, plus a modifier, plus the word discrimination. There is age discrimination. Examples of modifiers that you can use are age, class, gender, race, religious, sexual, widespread, active, and explicit. Example B. I see an example of age discrimination in this ad. Many middle-aged people suffer discrimination because of their age. In this example, we are using a verb in combination with the word discrimination. You can use the verbs experience, face, and suffer. Remember the order, the verb and then discrimination. Let's consider one more example with the word discrimination. Example C. Discrimination against older employees should be prohibited. Here we are using the word discrimination followed by the preposition against, which means en contra. Discrimination against older employees should be prohibited. The structure finishes with the type of discrimination. Example D. I don't think this ad is discriminatory because the word attractive is very general. Therefore, different types of people can apply for the job. In this example, we are using the word discriminatory, which is an adjective. We can use it in combination with the verb to be. Remember the order: the verb to be plus the adjective discriminatory. This ad is discriminatory. Example E. The ad shows discriminatory employing practices because only attractive people will be hired. In example E, we can see another possible use of the adjective discriminatory. Here, discriminatory is used to modify a noun, practices. The order is discriminatory plus noun. Example F. The bar is discriminating against people who do not conform to hegemonic beauty ideals. In this case, we are using the verb discriminate in combination with the preposition against. Do you remember what it means? It means en contra. Please remember the difference. Discrimination is a noun. Discrimination. Discriminatory is an adjective. Discriminatory. And finally, discriminate is a verb. Discriminate. It's the turn now for the topic of stereotypes. Let's see examples G and H. Example G. There is a damaging stereotype that associates beauty with specific body characteristics. Example H. There are widely held stereotypes we've heard about different races, cultures, or genders. Notice that stereotype here is a noun, un sustantivo. We can use it in the following structure. There is or there are. You can also use them in the negative form, plus the indefinite article if you use stereotype in the singular form, plus a modifier, plus the word stereotype. Notice that in example age, stereotypes is plural. As a consequence, we do not use the indefinite article. Let's have a look at the difference again. Example G, there is a damaging stereotype. Stereotype is singular. Example H, there are widely held stereotypes. Stereotypes is plural, no indefinite article. Some examples of modifiers you can use are misguided, widely held, common, and damaging. Examples I and J. Example I think those applicants who do not fit the beauty stereotype reinforced by the ad will not be hired by the bar. Example J. The ad reinforces the stereotype that waiting staff must be young and attractive. In examples I and J, we are using the word stereotype with other verbs like fit, conform to, challenge, reinforce, and perpetuate. Stereotype here is a noun, un sustantivo. We combine it with a verb. Remember the order. Verb plus the word stereotype. Let's finish with example K. Waiting staff are often stereotyped as young and good-looking. The ad perpetuates this stereotype. Notice that here we are using stereotype as a verb in the passive voice. The structure is the verb to be, plus an adverb such as often or usually, plus the verb stereotyped, which is conjugated in the past participle to form the passive voice. We have come to the end of this video, so it is time to speak about the instructions for Oral Intervention 1. For next week, you must watch the video of the story called Pearl and think about the topics of discrimination and stereotypes to speak in class. These questions can help you organize your ideas. Is Pearl discriminated against in any way? Why? Why not? Does Lacey suffer from discrimination in the story? When? How? What stereotypes can you see in this story? Why are Pearl and Lacey portrayed as balls of yarn? What stereotype about women can you see in the story? Is there gender discrimination in this story? Why? Why not? Thanks for watching. Now it's time to study. Come on, you can do it.